Hey guys, so I got a request to do a video on my Keurig on the filter, and I got my Keurig for free from Influencer, and if you don't know what that is, it's a website that's all for free. All you do is sign up with an email, and then you can review products you've tried, and if you're on there enough and you're active on the website, they can potentially pick you to try out new products totally for free. You don't pay for shipping and you don't pay for the product. So if you're interested in doing anything like that, I'll have a link below to the website where you can sign up. But this video is going to be about the filter, and then I'm also going to update on my Keurig itself. So the Keurig company tells you to change the filter every 2 months or 60 fills of the water tank. And I got my Keurig over the summer, so about 4, 5, 6 months ago, and I have not changed the filter yet. And I don't use my machine that often. I use it maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. It depends on the week. Sometimes I don't even use it for a few weeks straight. So the 2-month rule might be like depending on how much you use it. But the filters look like this. They're really small. They're filled with carbon, so like a Brita filter if you've ever had one of those. It's going to get rid of the calcium and the chlorine. So my Keurig came with 2 filters. On the Keurig website, a pack of 2 of these is like $9. And then they also have a pack of 6, which is around $25. They are a little pricey, but it's good for, having your water taste better and to get rid of some of the bad things that are in it. So how this works is when you open it up, you're supposed to put it in a cup of water and let it soak for 5 minutes. And then you have to rinse it for 1 minute, and then you can go ahead and put it in your Keurig. And I'll show you how to do all that step by step in a second. Anyway, so my Keurig actually has a feature on it that says, remind me when to change the water filter, and mine has not came on yet, so I'm assuming I'm close to that point, but I'm going to change it today anyway, just to show you how to do that. So while we're also changing the filter, I thought it'd be a good time to clean out my Keurig. And mine came with this little piece here. So mine came with this little orange piece, and it's called the maintenance accessory. So it looks like this. And what you do is you fill this part with water, and then you put it in where the K-cup would go. And then it's supposed to clean out any coffee grinds that might be stuck in that area. And I have never used this before, so we'll see how well this works if it gets anything out. So my Keurig also came with a descaling solution, which looks like this. And this is a 14-ounce bottle. When I looked up reviews on their website about this stuff, because I've never descaled my Keurig before, and I've had one before this new one I just got, a lot of the reviews were negative. They said it left a bad taste, and it also didn't really seem to clean very well, and it also made some machines break. So I'm a little skeptical to try this, so I might actually hold off on this and try it when my machine actually tells me I need to descale it. Because the newer Keurigs do tell you when to change the filter and when to descale it. And all this does, I guess, is break down the calcium that can be left in your machine after hard water buildup and all that stuff. But like I said, the reviews on their website weren't very good for this stuff. But there's also probably some DIY products you could use to clean out your machine, like vinegar and other things like that. So I'm probably going to skip on doing this today, but I am going to change the filter and also clean the needle part to see if there's any coffee grinds up there. Alright, so here's my Keurig 2.0. So far it's been working pretty well. There has been one thing that came up I've noticed it's starting to do, and I don't know if that's because it needs cleaned or what the issue is with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is prep the filter. It says to soak it in water for 5 minutes, and it doesn't specify if it has to be hot water or cold water, so I'm just going to use a lukewarm temperature. So I got my cup of water, and I'm going to place this inside of it. As you can see, there's some air bubbles, so it's trying to float right now. Okay, so it's just gonna float. We'll go with that. So I'll go ahead and let that sit in there for 5 minutes. Alright, so I removed the water tank from the back of the machine. So I don't know if anyone else's machine does this, but mine has condensation on the top all the time. And I don't know what causes this, if it's my apartment temperature or what, but mine does this. Does anyone else's do this? Alright, so the filter thing in here is in this little like plastic sleeve thing, and that can pop out and you can clean it. Alright, so I just emptied all the water out, and this thing should pop out of this, just like that, so just pull it straight up. So there's the very bottom of the filter itself, and then under here you can put your install date and everything, which I didn't do. So what you do is there's two little rubber pieces on the side, and you just squeeze that and this should pop out like this, and you can go ahead and clean this out if you want, and then go ahead and remove the old filter, and then you can put the new one in. I don't know if you can tell, but the water is a little bit darker than when I started. So that's been sitting in there for about 5 minutes, and then the next step is to rinse it for 1 minute just under your tap water. Alright, so I already rinsed this out a little bit and wiped it dry, and then I rinsed this out as well, just so they're clean and ready to go. So now all that's left to do is put the filter inside of this, and it goes in just like this, so the flat part will be up on top like so. And then you go ahead and pop this back on. And then you hear it click, it's good to go. And then all you gotta do is just snap it back in down here. Just like that. So once you have your filter all back in there, you can go ahead and add water and then put it on the back of your Keurig. So now I'm just going to do a test brew since I put the new filter in, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and wait for it to heat up. So while that's preheating, I'm going to show you what my Keurig has been doing, and I think it's going to do it again, but if I change the filter it might stop the problem, I don't know, but we'll see. So my Keurig brews like a 6-ounce thing of water. When it hits 6 ounces it stops, but then there's a few more things of water that comes out of the machine, which doesn't really bother me, but it's been doing that more and more recently, and it never did that before, so I don't know if it's because it needs cleaned inside or why it's doing it, but I'm going to show you what I mean. See, it keeps doing that, which doesn't bother me, but so like I said, the water is around 6 ounces. It's probably a little more, but you know, it doesn't really bother me, but that is something I've noticed it's been doing recently. So there is an option to have a reminder to change your filter, and to get there you just hit the little I here, and then water filter reminder, and then it says enabled, and then that's all you gotta do. Alright, so now I'm going to try using this, and I've never used this before, so we'll see how it works. So I have to turn the machine off, and to turn it off you have to hold the button, which is really annoying because I thought you just pushed it like everything else, but that you actually have to push. So the first step is make sure the Keurig is off, and the second step is to fill this middle part here with water. And again, it doesn't say hot water or cold water, so I'm just going to use a lukewarm water. Alright, so I filled it up, and I'm hoping I didn't overfill it, but it doesn't say where to fill it to, so yeah. So the directions are actually pictures on this thing, but you put it in like this, so the arrows are facing towards like your cup. And I'm hoping there's not too much water in here. Oh, there we go. So it just slides in like that. So that's what it looks like once it's fitted in there, and it just slides in really easily. So next you're supposed to just open and close this part about 5 times, and I think this thing's just cleaning out the needle. So there was 5 times of that. And then you go ahead and remove this, like so. And there's actually coffee grinds in there. So if you can kind of see in there, there's a little bit of black dots and black debris, so there are coffee grinds in there, so this thing actually worked. So after you remove that, then you go ahead and close this and turn it back on, and then brew a 6-ounce cup of water. See if it'll do that again or not. No, still doing it. So in that water I do see 1 tiny little coffee grind, so that's my little demo of my Keurig. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button if you like videos like this, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.